Hi guys, this is Dennis, and in this video I will tell you why I moved to software and canceled my Webflow subscription. So if you are thinking about building a directory membership site or online courses site and you don't know which tool is the right choice for you, then this video is for you. So let's see, because in my mind, in my opinion, whether a tool is the right choice or not is dependent on your use case. So at first, let's talk about my personal use case. My use case was that I wanted to build a directory for crowdfunding companies and investment opportunities in DACH region. So investment opportunities that are given by the crowdfunding companies. And I wanted a database to be regularly updated due to daily changes in investment progress. Because maybe on one day a project, an investment project goes live and the next day it's fully financed, so I can take it offline. And also I wanted some filter functionalities to help users navigate through the database. Because there were some sections like you could invest in real estate projects, in sustainable energy projects like wind power, or you could also invest in startups and other companies, or even in luxury cars. So this was my personal use case, and my initial no-code tech stack has been the following. As you can see, I used Airtable as my database and decided to use Webflow as my website builder. Anyway, if you want to use Airtable as your database, you will need some tools in between. So at first I used Zapier, and later on I used Integromat, because there was some issue if you're updating a single piece of information regularly. There was an issue with Zapier. I don't know if it has been fixed. So I moved to Integromat, but in my mind both tools are fine. And because Webflow doesn't have filter functionalities for the end user on the front end, I also had to use another third-party tool like JetBoost, which helped you to put on filtering on your website. So let's check them out. Here you can see my Webflow database. It's clean and user-friendly. You can create new data rows and also say which data type it is. Here you can see a list. It's quite intuitive. And to get all this information into my Webflow CMS, I had to use Zapier. So let's say, for example, if I create a new record, so a new crowdfunding platform, for example, I wanted a new live item to be created also in the Webflow CMS. And then in Webflow, I was able to design my website, and as you can see, you have lots of different options here. And in my opinion, it's quite interesting to have this kind of flexibility here. But for me, it was somehow some kind of an overload, because I'm not a web designer, and here I can literally design everything. And which is what is also interesting to know, if you want to sync your Airtable with Webflow, you will have to add a paid subscription plan to your website, because as you can see, here, you do not have any collection items given for your CMS database, so you will need to have the CMS plan at least to upload your Airtable items to Webflow per API or per Zapier in the end. And finally, you would have to connect JetBoost, so you can have this kind of filter functionalities, as you can see it here, that you can click here or there and then filter your content. And also here you will have to add another subscription plan. So in conclusion, you will need to implement 2 third-party tools, and at least if you are not a web designer, you may get lost in the flexibility in all the possibilities that Webflow is giving to you. And for me, this has been a challenge always, because I was trying around and there were lots of different options and it doesn't look like I wanted it to look like. And finally, if I was able to make it look like I thought it would be great, I realized it wasn't that great, because I'm lacking designer experience somehow. So these were my challenges, and I'm lucky that I found out that there was a tool like Software which makes it really easy to build a website based on your Airtable database. Let's have a look here. So you can use Airtable as your database, Software as a website builder, and data synchronization and filter options are already implemented. Let's have a look here. So now, you can now start and add a new application, and as you can see, Software already has some templates for you, so you don't have to start with nothing. It's quite fine for membership, paid or let's say online courses and paid membership websites, and for lots of different kinds of directory sites like job boards, restaurants, events, no-code resources and other stuff, or like upload tools. Of course, you can also build regular websites. Okay. But Software does not only have these great templates, it's also quite easy if you start from scratch, because Software already gives you lots of building blocks, as they call it, blocks. So you can choose a header here, and if you choose a header, you can also do some tiny adjustments to the layout so it fits your brand identity. Let's add this one. So now we have a header. We can add a hero caption, grab an email, and add our list. Let's take this one. So in this case, I already connected my Airtable database to software. You will just have to put your Airtable API key here. If you open this window, you can paste your Airtable key here, and you are ready to go. So now I will choose my Airtable database that I showed you before. It's CrowdChain Invest. We will take this table and have this view. Add several items to the page. And we want to filter by this one. So it's Eigenkapital, Mezzanine, and Fremdkapital. So for those don't speaking German, it's like equity, mixed type of a mix of equity and loans, and this is like a loans. Here, this one we will remove. So let's put in the logo. Zack. The name. We can also add another field here. Let's take a button and say open an external URL, and it's this one. Learn more. Oh, now I see the logos are not as they should be, but also this one is easy to solve. So that's it. Maybe we will add some more, 12. And now let's have a preview. Let's see which Eigenkapital projects we have. Okay, Seedmatch, Fremdkapital, Capilendo. So now you have seen how fast you can connect your Airtable and use the information in your Airtable base when building a website with software. It's quite intuitive, it's very fast, it's easy to implement. You don't need any third-party tools anymore. And what's also fine, you can also start for free. So here you can see 0 per month if you have up to 200 Airtable records. This is how a final web page could look like. It's mine. And you also software also provides you with lots of assets like this graphic here and icons. You can connect also to mailing programs. And here you can see my filter list, like here. You can see you can also choose more than one at one time. Zack. That's it. So my conclusions: with software, you will have, let's say, if you are about to build a directory site, a paid membership site, or want to sell online courses, then I think software is a good way to start, because it's very fast to implement. I had a very short training period up to productive usage. Actually, it was like 0, as you have seen. It's quite intuitive. It's very easy, and I had more focus. I don't got lost in tedious design changes, and it also already provides you clean and modern design elements that you just have to fill out with your own content. So, in my opinion, it's a good start to build your online courses business, to build up your membership sites, to have a directory site. And the best thing is also that it helped me to cut costs from $525 to 0 per year, as I already showed you. If you use Webflow, you will have to pay. And if you want to use some filter functionalities with JetBoost, you will also have to pay. But using software, you don't have to pay anything. And maybe if your free plan is over and you use too much steps per month, then you may also have some other costs here at Zapier. But anyway, it's also for this scope a great deal. So if you have any questions, I'm open to answer your questions. And I would also like to know, what are your experiences with software? What do you think, for which kind of projects is software the right choice? And when would you start to switch over to Webflow? Let me know. Thank you.